Dark engineers are people that must be brought to light, and something that you as an engineering student must understand is a massive problem for humanity and the development of this world. Okay, and I've talked about pretengineers in the past, but they're actually different from these dark engineers, because pretengineers, they have no integrity and no passion, right? They cheat on their exams, they cheat on their assignments, they don't learn shit when they're in university, basically, and they cut corners, and that sort of leaks into their career, where they cut corners and sort of neglect maintenance that must be done on, say, a bridge, and then that bridge ends up collapsing, right? These pretengineers, they're passively destructive, right? And then these dark engineers, they're intentionally destructive. They may have passion, but they don't have integrity. They do not have integrity. And just as a warning, I'm going to be very fucking vulgar in this video. Like, I'm going to be talking about shit that engineers do that is disgusting for humanity. Okay, and this is what you should learn as an engineering student, because all these other engineering YouTubers, they're not going to tell you shit that you should learn, okay? They're just going to tell you about how to study, how to fucking balance your work-life balance, how to fucking use the Pomodoro technique. They're going to tell you all this useless shit, okay? No, I'm going to tell you the stuff that you must learn, the morals that you must implement in your mind, because you are a future engineer that's going to develop humanity towards a better future, right? They're engineers who work on destructive things, and they're engineers who work on dehumanizing things. Okay, and on the dehumanizing side, we got the engineers who make gambling machines. They're the engineers who make cigarette filters. They're the engineers that make AI chatbots and fucking sex dolls. Like, I know I said I was going to be vulgar. Like, that's what I mean. They're making this type of disgusting shit. And then they also make the destructive things, like guns, war weapons, chlorine gases to fucking kill millions of lives, to fucking atomic bombs, kill thousands of lives. Fucking hell, man. Engineers were meant to help humanity, not destroy it. And these dark engineers, they're doing the complete opposite of what engineers should do. Engineers should be problem solvers, not problem makers. Okay? Like for the examples that I gave earlier, like the AI chatbots. They make fucking people lonelier than they actually feel. Like they feel like they're actually talking to someone, but they're talking to a fucking robot. Like, that's honestly the fucking pinnacle of loneliness. And these engineers are promoting that by making these types of apps. By making fucking sex dolls. Sex dolls, that's a fucking piece of plastic. Humans are meant to mate with other humans, not a fucking plastic doll. Okay, and then there's also the destructive things that they engineer, like the guns and the bombs. In war, nobody fucking wins. War is a massive fucking problem. And engineers, dark engineers, should I say, they just promote it by making all these guns, making these atomic bombs, making these chlorine gases. It's fucking sad to see, isn't it? That's something that was so beautiful in the early stages of life, where the early engineers made pulleys and levers, somehow became destructive to our world. Something that was supposed to help humanity, like sustainable energy, like clean water, all these kinds of things that would have been done by engineers, purposeful engineers, true engineers like me and you, has somehow drifted towards that side of dark engineering. And we all know the psychological and social effects of these dark engineers and what they're making. But let's look more into the engineering side, because we are engineers, right? We have to understand more than just the surface level of the problem, right? We have to look deeper. When these engineers make all these atomic bombs, all these guns, all these fucking sex dolls and chatbots and gambling machines, anything that's being made obviously has energy being put into it, right? And everything being made requires materials. A lot of these resourceful materials that is being extracted out of the world, being mined out of the world, is being put to use into these types of products that are being made by dark engineers, like the weapons and the dehumanizing products. All those precious materials that is being extracted from the fucking earth is being used on these products that actually make humanity not better, but fucking worse. Fucking worse. And it's not even just the materials. An immense amount of energy is being put into making these products. Like there's literally, you probably can't even fucking imagine it, but there's literally a fucking warehouse where all of the products are stored. There's literally a fuck ton of machines that actually be put to work to make these products. Imagine the amounts of energy that is being put into this product, and it doesn't even fucking help humanity. It's literally a double fucking negative. And no, it doesn't make a positive. Double negative in this case does not make a positive, because it's fucking up humanity, and it's fucking it up even more by taking the energy away from the world, by taking away the materials from this fucking world. It's not even a double negative, it's a fucking triple negative. Holy shit. Come to think about it, it's even a fucking quadruple negative, because look at it. There's literally waste. Every product has end life, right? And that waste is being put into the landfills of this world, right? Like once a fucking, I don't know, a gambling machine is done being put into use, is thrown out, right? And those fucking materials, they don't fucking decompose right away because it's like plastic. It's fucking all of these toxic materials that is not good for this fucking world, right? And when they throw it out, it just worsens the environment even more. That's a fucking quadruple negative, dude. So I hope you can see now how fucking deep this goes. It doesn't just go from the surface. Like the surface, we see that, yeah, sex dolls, they fuck up the mentality of humans. Guns, yeah, they kill people. Yeah, and we know that's a massive fucking problem, right? And that's just the fucking surface. It's terrible just at the fucking surface. And then when we dig deeper, we see that there's energy, there's materials being put into these products. And once they're actually used, they're wasted. They're wasted just into landfill. Quadruple fucking negative, man. And you know, it may be sad to look at right now. It may look hopeless, but it's not. In the past, there were evil engineering inventions. Like, for example, I'm gonna tell you about asbestos, right? The material that was literally used in buildings, and it was very cheap, it was very insulative, and it was heat resistant. All these perfect materials, perfect mechanical properties. Those mechanical properties seemed perfect. But as we know as engineers, asbestos was very fucking deadly, very fucking deadly. It caused tens of millions of lives to be lost because of lung cancer, lung disease. That was an evil engineering invention that was made. However, it was not hopeless because there was engineers who helped the development of humanity, actually were purposeful and were true, and they made an alternative to asbestos so that it wouldn't have to be around anymore, so that it wouldn't have to take any more lives, so that this industry of asbestos could go bankrupt. And it fucking did, because of the true engineers, the engineers like me and you who actually solve problems, not fucking make problems. The engineers that solve problems, they caused the asbestos companies to go bankrupt. And that's exactly what we could do as the purposeful engineers of today to stop the dark engineers of tomorrow. There is no problem that can't be solved with the application of engineering and imagination. So if we, as future engineering students, if we work to be creative, to be a great fucking problem solver, then we can provide alternatives to these solutions. Okay? And we might not know right now, but it is possible in the future. Like for the deadly weapons, there can be alternatives which don't have to kill people. That don't have to kill, man. Because fucking nobody wins in war. We all know that nobody fucking wins in war. There's millions of people, millions of lives lost. And it's fucking sad. If we can have an alternative to weapons and maybe not even have weapons anymore, imagine what kind of problem solver we would be. Because war is a fucking massive problem, as I said time and again. So if we as engineers do what we're supposed to do, solve problems, not make problems, then dark engineering can be a thing of the past. Now that's the first way that we could stop this, that we could stop dark engineering, is by actually providing alternatives and actually making solutions. However, there's a second way. It's by bringing to light dark engineering. It's by joining forces with other purposeful engineers like me and you. You who's watching this, you're this far into the fucking video. You've been nodding your head around saying, yeah, this guy's fucking right? So you have the same mindset as me. However, a lot of the engineering students in your classes are not like this. They don't have this kind of mindset. They're just focused on engineering being a career. It's not a responsibility. It's just my career that I can make money and get a fat paycheck with. That's the mindset of a lot of engineering students. And I'd go as far to say it's even more than 50% of your student peers are having this mindset. More than 50 fucking percent. They're either a pretend engineer or a dark engineer. Because they have pretty much no passion. And honestly, a lot of them don't have integrity. Because you've seen them before. You see tons of people in your classes using ChatGPT to use their assignments. Those are the pretend engineers. And then there's the other engineers that would literally make a fucking bomb that would kill millions in your country if it meant a fat fucking paycheck. They do it without hesitation. That's the mindset of a dark engineer. It's the raw truth. However, the kryptonite for those dark engineers is us. The kryptonite for those pretend engineers is us, the true engineers. If we stand up for what is right and we actually bring light these dark engineers and their flaws for humanity, the fact that they're declining humanity instead of improving it, like what engineers are supposed to do, then we as true engineers can make them get out of sight. We can make them disappear. We can destroy the darkness side of engineering. However, we must do it together. If this is going to be done, we must do it together, which is why I made a fucking community linked down in the description where you can, with a click of a button, join a community with like-minded engineers like me and you. Because it's hard to find anyone else with the same mentality. And if we could do this together with people all over the world, all over the fucking globe, engineers who are purposeful, and we could work together to form a community. Not just a community, but a group of purposeful engineers to take out these dark engineers, to take out these pretend engineers out of the world, then we would be solving so many fucking problems, like what an engineer should do. Engineers must work together. There's a fucking reason why there's no one-man engineering firms, okay? And if we could build a network of purposeful engineers, imagine how much the world would be on an incline rather than a decline. Because we'd not only be taking out the dark engineers and the pretend engineers, but we'd also be bringing the world towards a better future because we're purposeful. We're actually passionate about engineering and we want to make it a better fucking place. We don't just want to eliminate the darkness, but we also want to bring light. If you watch this far, I really fucking think you should join the community. Because it's really fucking not easy to find other engineers who have the same mindset. Because as I said earlier, majority of the fucking students in your class, they're either a dark engineer or a pretend engineer. Not many lead towards the true engineering side, which is for the good and for the development of humanity. You really fucking should join this community, right? Because you're different from the people in your class. You've seen the person sitting in front of you playing a fucking video game. You've seen the person in front of you using ChatGPT to do their homework. You've seen people in the fucking library lying on their resume, lying on their cover letter, talking to their friend, like, hey, I'm lying on my resume, I'm gonna get this position so easily. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. And you know it is. And you're different from that. You're better than that. I can't wait to see you inside, okay?